Tonight, from SoFi Stadium in Inglewood, California, it's a special prime time edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Justin Herbert and the Los Angeles Chargers taking on Jimmy Garoppolo and the Las Vegas Raiders.
Night beginning to fall over Southern California, but the lights are shining bright here at the spectacular SoFi Stadium in metropolitan Los Angeles. Coming up, we've got what should prove to be a good one between the Las Vegas Raiders and the Los Angeles Chargers. The kick unit on here for the Chargers as they will send this one away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And able to get this out to the 25. So here comes the Raiders offense now onto the field. They'll be led out by their quarterback standing at 6'2" from Eastern Illinois. It's Jimmy Garoppolo.
I tell you what, when he is on schedule for that week, secondaries take notice because you've got to stay alert back there on every snap. A truly powerful arm, one that's capable of challenging any level of the defense on any given play. That's why so many scouts preach arm talent when preparing for the NFL draft. A quarterback with arm strength to make every throw in the book, he's an asset to have in any offense.
And his first pass is incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line. To throw, it's Garoppolo. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
And we're going to see this offense try and spread the field a little bit and utilize the outside third of the field, especially against man coverage. But that time, the defense was up to the task, forcing the incompletion.
Crowd getting in it a bit already. Here's an early 3rd and 10. To throw is Garoppolo. Steps away to his left. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. Able to find a lot of empty space there, picking up the first down at a 21-yard gain.
He's a talented runner, and that means he's always looking for bigger and bigger gains when he takes off. Certainly found some bonus yards there beyond the first down marker, and this early drive will continue with an extra jolt from his legs.
And this one almost intercepted. Not a good throw there. Nearly an opening drive INT.
Man coverage is certainly a staple of their defense, and it's built for plays like that, forcing that incompletion.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. From the gun, it's Garoppolo. And that nearly an interception here on this opening drive, but he gets a reprieve. It's 3rd down.
And he's missed now in his first 4 passing attempts. The rhythm is just not there to begin this ball game.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Now Garoppolo. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 40. 14 yards is the pickup there at a Raider first. Solid opening drive so far, Charles. They've moved this football into field goal range, but you know that they want to cap this off with 6 and not 3.
Absolutely. As one of the better coaches in the league always tells me, on offense, I want to throw body blows all game long and finish it with uppercuts. Well, here are the body blows right now. He's hoping in one uppercut will take care of the end of this drive.
So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 right at the 40. It's a jet sweep. This is Renfro. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Well, as a wideout, when you take that handoff and you're coming around the edge, you're expecting to see nothing but empty space in front of you. But if not...
well, things can go south in a hurry, and that's exactly what we saw on that play with a loss. So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. They fake the give. Now Garoppolo looks to throw. On the move to his left. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
Throwing is Garoppolo on 3rd down. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 25-yard line. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. Well, that's not just his first, not his second, already his 3rd completion here on the opening drive. And I think it's safe to say that getting him the ball in this game, one of their top priorities.
And the top priority for the defense has got to be finding ways to cover him, and I don't think you can have one basic coverage to get it done. You have to throw a number of coverages at him, make him think as he's running downfield, and hope you can create a little bit of havoc.
First carry for Josh Jacobs. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Oh, there's plenty of traffic waiting for him up the middle. But give him credit, he tried barreling through anyway. They're fortunate to get a yard out of that one.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Now a play fake. Garoppolo. And this is going to be intercepted. Derwin James with a pick. And the Chargers are going to take possession of the football as they force the turnover on the opening drive. They may have thrown the interception, obviously less than ideal, but I think they also sent a message that they're going to push the ball downfield in this one.
Yeah, not afraid to take their shots right away, huh? What was that, like a 9-9-9? 9 meaning go? Just went ahead and went for it. Didn't work out so well because it certainly appeared the defense was prepared. But I'm with you. Okay, so it didn't work this time. Doesn't mean we won't try it again later.
The thing that they'll be looking at is a spot of the football, and this is always such a tough one for officials to get exactly right.
Not just because of how fast the game's going, but just trying to get the right sight line to the football. That's not always easy. We'll see what they decide here.
Herbert and the Chargers now with a 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. Gets by him at the 25, and he's stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Here's a 2nd and 5 now from the 25.
57, Mike, 57. Exit.
Back to throw. Herbert finds the open man. It's Mike Williams. A 5-yard pass on the heels of a 5-yard run. Good enough for the first. Herbert will give this one to Eckler. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
If you're a coach, you'll absolutely take that run every time on first down because it really sets you up to go in a number of directions here on second.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Looking to throw. Herbert. This is caught by Williams. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Divine Diablo. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Raider defense delivers a score. Well, what a response by that defensive unit, Charles, because they just saw their offense throw the interception. They come out there, not only get an interception of their own, but they take it back for the touchdown.
I won't sing it because no one wants to hear that, but perhaps an early case of anything you can do, I can do better between these defenses. A lot of people came expect the offense to light this game up, but so far, the defenses are stealing the show.
Now for the extra point, Daniel Carlson. And that makes it 7-zip Vegas. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. The Chargers get set to go here for their second drive. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick 6, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick 6 and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, oh, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone. Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
It'll go down as a gain of 6, and that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot. They'll try to pick up the first with Eckler, and he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. It's a first down following a gain of 3. Well, after an interception, last thing you want to do is go 3 and out, give the ball right back. They avoided that.
Yeah, you definitely do not want to do that. I remember in college I played with a really big-time player on defense. We ended up getting an interception as we passed the offense coming out. He told him, if you don't take care of this football, you'll have to answer to me later. You definitely want to take care of it and pick up first downs.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. It's Eckler again to the 43, 2nd down.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. He wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. They'll run out of the gun with Eckler. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. 7 yards there and a first down.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and putting the defense back on its heels.
I know he ain't got it.
On the give, this is Eckler. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
That was a terrific play, causing a loss. As a middle linebacker, simple. You can either fill holes or you can attack them, as he did there.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss.
Hey, check Mike 57. Mike 57.
On the ground, it's Eckler. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Maybe a gain of a yard that time, but yeah, from the spot, actually no gain. So 3rd and long. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Going to throw on 3rd down with Herbert. Flushed out right. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. Decent gain on the scramble to 6, but now it's 4th.
Nice call on defense, rolling out the nickel package for that big 3rd down play, and they did an excellent job locking down coverage and forcing him to try and run for it. And he doesn't get there, which brings up a big 4th down call.
On 4th down, J.K. Scott ready to punt it away. And that'll hit at the 5 and go into the end zone for a touchback. 2nd drive of the game coming up for this Las Vegas offense. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover that plagued it on the last one.
He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Now, Brandon, that's the way you want to run the football. There should almost be quote bubbles above the offense right now. Bam, boom, biff. That's how they feel good about moving the football.
On play action, it's Garoppolo. That one into the hands of Adams downfield. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. 23 yards the pickup there.
And that's how you shake off the interception you threw on the opening drive, come back and throw another strike and gain nice yardage. And I give credit to 2 people on this one. The man throwing the ball and the person calling the plays. They're not shutting him down early in this game.
Here we go. Out of time, guys. Out of time. Let's get off the field.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
On 2nd down, here's Garoppolo. Catch is made by Hunter Renfrow. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. A gain there of 30 big ones.
Running their plays over and over during the week can often get robotic for an offense, but on game day they can often flow smoothly, as that one just did.
So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Garoppolo. It's caught over the middle. Hooper. And they're going to get this down inside the 15.
Now that's staying ahead of the chains. Really good pickup on 1st down, hitting the tight end there. Now it brings up a 2nd and manageable.
Just found a hole in that zone.
Here we go, here we go.
On 2nd down, Jacobs. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. 9 yards on the play there, and it'll set him up 1st and goal.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Here we go. 180. Let's get that ball. Double tight, guys. Double tight.
Here's Garoppolo to throw. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Jimmy Garoppolo, a 5-yard touchdown run. And the Raiders have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Early on, they have all facets of the game working in tandem.
Yeah, you give the defensive touchdown early to give you the first score, and then your offense piggybacks on top of that and gets their own. And any coach we've ever talked to, we've had that conversation prior to the game. They always say, you know, if we can score on defense or special teams, that gives us like a 95% chance of winning the game. I don't know if that number's correct, but it certainly does tend to play out that way, doesn't it?
It does. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that'll make the score 14-0. So that a 7-play, 80-yard drive. And it's finished off with a 5-yard touchdown run. On is the Raider kickoff unit now, as they will send this one away. Taken in at the 3. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. They find themselves in a good-size hole here, and a good-size hole early on in this game as they come up on 1st down. They started on the ground with Eckler. And he's going to get about 7 yards on that one, up to around the 33. Nothing to score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. A good run, got 7 on 1st. Here's 2nd and 3. A play fake, and now Herbert to throw. He'll get this out wide to Eckler. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8.
When you struggle on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
Eckler now between the tackles. Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain.
It's interesting going into this game. There was so much talk from both sides about who would control the line of scrimmage. I think we've seen who has it in this one so far.
Well, they bottled him up. He's barely averaging over 3 yards a carry right now. Eckler going to get it again on 2nd down. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up third down.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. The Chargers on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is going to be 3rd and 13. Operating from the gun, Herbert. Johnson's got it complete. So give him 2 yards there on the completion, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
Partner, I think that completion takes the definition of dink and dunk to a different level, doesn't it?
It does, and the defense was right there, kind of played into their hands. Here's J.K. Scott set to do the punting honors. 46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. Abdullah to return. It's a return of 5 following a punt of 42 yards. And the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10. The Raiders now set to get the football back. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, they could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But this is the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
Moving backwards on 1st down, never a good thing. What does that do for the mindset on 2nd down?
Well, it changes your play call, definitely, because as a play call, you're advancing yourself thinking, okay, we're going to get a gain here. You got to go back in reverse, come up with something to pick up not just the yardage lost, but gain a few extra.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Throwing now is Garoppolo. He's got a man, complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A gain there of 30 big ones.
You ask tight ends about their favorite routes to run, and surprisingly, this will pop up as one of their staples because they run so many routes in the middle of the field. How about this one? Starts downfield, bends it to the corner, great touch on the football, and they turn that one into a big play.
The big play has him all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. Garoppolo now. That's into a crowd and intercepted. And the Chargers are going to take possession of the football. So really the first speed bump that this offense has encountered, they'd had the rule of the roost here in this first half, but now slowed up just a bit by the interception.
And there's a chance that that's a wake-up call for them because you don't want to go on autopilot too early. That team on defense is capable of making some plays similar to the one they made right there.
Now Eckler. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Defenses always talk about earning the right to rush the passer on 3rd down. And you know what offenses want? Win 1st down so they can set things up for themselves better.
And that wasn't helpful there. Not a big impact on 1st down. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Herbert jet sweep as he taps it forward. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. First down marker at the 31. It's 3rd down. Herbert. That's caught, and it's Eckler again. And he's going to get this down near the 25.
Yeah, these are the types of plays they're going to need to hit on if they're going to get back into this game. It hasn't been the greatest of first halves, but this is a nice throw here on third down, and they keep the drive going.
Herbert setting up to throw on first down. This is swung out to Eckler. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's second down.
Well, Brandon, we could see that play developing, and they were hoping that he was going to be able to put a move on the first guy and turn it into a big play. But no such luck. The speed on defense continues to get better and better in the NFL. Pretty nice example there of those guys being able to run from their assignments and finish off that play.
Throwing again on second down. Herbert, he gets this out to Spiller. And they're going to get this down inside the 20.
And a nice gain and a broken tackle along the way, and really we shouldn't be surprised, should we? That's what runners do, especially the best ones. They break tackles and gain extra yardage.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. To the air again, Herbert. That's going to be complete to his tight end, Everett. And he is going to have the Chargers first down as he'll be marked down a yard or two past the marker following a gain of 6.
I'd love to sit down at some point in our offseason and talk to these defensive coordinators in the red zone. Tight end is obviously a big threat, yet these guys continue to make plays. Is there any other way to stop them?
Apparently not. In the red zone, like you said, that's your guy. They got it to him.
Supreme confidence in going to a playmaker.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Justin Herbert looking to pass. Keeps himself upright. He finds his receiver Williams for a Charger touchdown. Mike Williams from 13 yards out. And the Chargers are back within a score. A nice connection there, finding his target, and that'll put 6 up on the board.
Just like they drew it up in their playbook and reiterated it on the sidelines, right? Perfect route, a good throw, and the defense, they had no answer for that right there.
And now, of course, all scoring plays are reviewed, and I think they're going to take an extra long look at this one. They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet. How about the hands? How is the ball possessed while the feet are hopefully getting down in bounds? That's what they're trying to look at to see if it all comes together.
So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. Extra point good by Hopkins, and that'll make our score 14-7. So that drives 7 plays in length. And in the end, it was Mike Williams who capped the drive with a touchdown reception. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. Now the Raiders offense, they get set to head back on the field. Here comes another drive from this unit, and Charles, they're coming off a costly mistake on the last possession, an interception in a game that is very close right now.
Well, as we know, they all sting no matter what the situation, but in a one-possession game, that'll hurt a little bit more. But this is an excellent opportunity to make up for it on this drive. I just don't expect them to try and take huge gambles to make up that momentum in a hurry.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Once again, it's Jacobs. They find some open field here, and he'll go out near midfield at the 49. That's good for 21 yards and a first down.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Now whistles here, and I believe one of the Raider linemen might have been moving. And maybe they were coming with a blitz that time, and it caused a jump.
I think if we saw it, you know that they saw it. Might have been a little discussion down there. Bad guys coming, pick them up, pick them up. And someone jumped.
Looking to throw, Garoppolo. Looking middle, and it's incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. Behind the sticks here with a 2nd and 15. Garoppolo looks to throw. He'll swing that out wide to Jacobs. Only able to gain a couple there, and that'll make it 3rd and 13.
The defense was ready for the back to leak out and even had a second player waiting to double him up. If you're going to commit to doubling a back, you better prevent a completion, but give him credit. Extra determination, extra effort, turn it into a successful play.
The Raiders on 3rd down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This is going to be 3rd and 13. Looking to throw, Garoppolo. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A big play there as they get the conversion on 3rd and 13. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
It's a jet sweep. This is Renfro. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Well, they gave up a few yards there, but all in all, I think it's a pretty nice job defensively against the jet sweep. If they don't slow him up, he might take it to the house, so they'll take that play every time on the defensive side of the ball.
Play action, Garoppolo. Now he'll escape to his right, and he'll slide to a halt here, still a little shy of the first down marker. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a 3rd down.
Certainly not the way they drew it up in the playbook, but that's why they love this guy back there. He sees things breaking down, and he's more than capable of finding an escape route and still getting a decent gain.
Trying to run for it with Jacobs. And he will have the first before he's brought down right on the chalk of the 20.
Just about every coach we talk to says the crowd shouldn't affect us. That shouldn't be an issue. And in the next breath, they talk about taking the crowd and taking them out of the game by picking up first downs and keeping them at bay. I think we just saw an example of that.
Important to do, especially early in the game like they have. first down, they go with Jacobs again. And he is out of bounds, looks like right at the 15. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
Consecutive positive runs for him on the last 2 snaps. He certainly appears to be trying to put the offense on his back and just move them down the field when his number is called. The way he's running it, I keep going back to him.
Here we go, here we go. Wait, Amy! Get that quarterback! Get off!
Now they'll throw with Garoppolo. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
And when you've thrown as many interceptions as he has in this one, you definitely start getting a little hesitant to throw the ball out wide because that's prime pick 6 territory. That time, he made sure the only guy who was going to catch it was sitting in the third row.
Already a pair of third down conversions for them on this drive, but right now they need 5 yards on this third down try. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And the Raiders are going to have first and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
And in a lot of ways, that catch is expected. Red zone presence, and that one was realized there. You've got to find your tight end in that situation.
So another third down conversion, and now they've got a first and goal. Jacobs will get down close to the goal line, but not in, as he'll be marked down at the 1. It's a gain of a couple, and it'll be second and goal.
All of a sudden, those lanes that were there earlier in the drive dry up near the goal line. That's a good job defensively to diagnose the run and stop it for a very short pickup.
2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on second and goal. Jacobs again. And he's over the line and in for a Raider touchdown. Josh Jacobs taking it in from a yard out as his guys are able to extend their lead. So they brought the extra bulk in down on the 1-yard line, and they're able to push this one across.
Yeah, I can just see your face right now because I know we're mind melding on this one. Coach Madden would love this. Power football, hat on a hat, chest to chest, driving forward, touchdown.
Carlson on for the PAT. It's good, and it is now 21-7. So that drive spans 13 plays, and it was capped off by a touchdown run from Josh Jacobs. On as the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. Here's Justin Herbert and the rest of the Charger offense. He had the short touchdown pass on their previous drive, and they'll begin again here on 1st and 10. Here's Herbert. Out left, he's got it to Everett. And he's got a first down following a pickup of about 13 as we will take a pause here for the 2-minute warning. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first. On 1st and 10, Herbert got his man. It's Williams. It'll go as a gain of 4, and it'll be second down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Now the Chargers hustling, trying to get up and get set. From the 45 on second down, Herbert. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go, because he might wander into some tough coverage.
First down now, but that clock rolling. Herbert throwing again. That's complete to the tight end, Everett. And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half, but I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. Got a man over the middle. It's Williams. Now another timeout called for by the offense, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. On first down, it's Herbert. Now he steps away, and he's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack. He'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's second down.
That's a big defensive stop there, and it takes away a lot of the momentum from the offense coming off that big completion the prior snap. Give big credit to the defense for bouncing back.
Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Herbert's throw complete there to Johnson. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line. And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the second quarter. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. So on third down, the field goal unit will come out as he'll try to get 3 before half. This a 40-yard attempt from the left hash. Hopkins' kick is good. And that will get the disadvantage now back down to 11. So a late 3 there, and that'll help as they head into the break.
Talk about situational football and something they've worked on since the OTAs and mini camps the previous summer. They take care of the ball, get 3 points, knowing they're going to get the ball to start the second half. That's the old 2-for-1 special to finish things off.
So 6 seconds, all that remains of this first half as the kick is away. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result had he opted for the touchback. So time perhaps for one final kneel down before they take this lead to the locker room. He'll take the knee, and the final couple seconds will tick by in this first half. So we have reached halftime here in an 11-point contest. As we send you to our EA studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome, everyone, to our brand new studios here in downtown Orlando in the EA Sports Halftime Report. This game's had a little bit of everything thus far, and certainly plenty to look forward to, as the teams are right back out there for the second half. So we'll get right back out there as well, as we'll turn it back over to Brandon Godden.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Chargers going to get the football first here in this second half, and they trail as we get back underway. Fielded just outside the goal line. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. Out comes the Chargers as they'll go on offense now to start this third quarter. This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the third quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game. And to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now. Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
Not much there, maybe a couple up to the 35.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. On third down, here's Eckler. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. This defense not budging. Back-to-back carries of just 2 yards.
I apologize in advance, partner, but the beefeaters on the interior of this D-line, you just know they were licking their chops on 3rd and short. And yes, they were rewarded with a tasty dish, stuffing that one short of a first down.
Well, we got beefeaters licking their chops and tasty dish in one fell swoop.
I did apologize in advance, didn't I?
Yeah, you did. That line's not eating tofu. I'll tell you that much for free. Here's J.K. Scott now as he's on to punt for L.A. It's a 44-yard punt, just 3 on the return. And it'll be Raiders football, 1st and 10. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. Garoppolo now, first down throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete.
He's a rookie, and you don't want to get hung up on the word potential. But when you see him make catches like that, you keep thinking to yourself, he's good now. He's got a chance to be great with plenty of work.
Up at the 29 now, they'll head to the line, 2nd and a yard. A handoff, Jacobs running to the left. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and now they're faced with a 3rd and 1.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
Garoppolo to throw on 3rd and 1. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. It's a pickup of 6.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Running straight ahead is Jacobs. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
Ball at the 40 here for 2nd and 5. Now a toss to the left for Jacobs. And there is nowhere for him to cut back as he's taken down in the backfield. A loss on that play, and now 3rd down gets tougher. 3rd and 6.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
An extra defensive back on the field for the Chargers now on 3rd down. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. He's got a man open. It's Hunter Renfrow. And he is going to have the Raiders first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 47. Jacobs going to try the middle. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. They're going to look to throw. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. Devontae Adams, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd down and 2.
Well, that's a defensive coordinator's got to be happy with that result. They took away all options downfield and forced the incompletion.
Play number 9 set to come here on the drive on 3rd and 2. On play action, now Garoppolo. Flush to his right. Open man is Jacoby Myers. He's got it. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. A gain of 26 on the 3rd down conversion.
Now that's all about making something happen as a quarterback because instead of forcing something on 3rd down, how about him buying some time outside of the pocket, waiting for someone to come open, and when he did, he put it on him for a big play and a first down.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Back to the running game with Jacobs. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Overall, I'd have to say that was just really good team defense because to me, you can't pin that one on the running back. He had no shot there. He had a man in his face immediately.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. To throw is Garoppolo. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And the Raiders are looking at 1st and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line.
I'll tell you what, this offense is playing a little bit of keep away right now. They've come out here in the 3rd quarter, possessed the ball for quite a while, and they keep on converting. Nice pitch and catch there to set up the 1st and goal.
Here we go.
They go power. This is Johnson, the fullback. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Taking it in from 2 yards out as his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further.
And that's a drive that makes everyone happy on that bench because they accomplish exactly what they set out to do. Take care of the football, eat up a little clock, end up in the end zone. Now they've got a cushion for the rest of the game. So they didn't just help themselves offensively, they helped their defense out as well.
Carlson now to add the extra point. And the lead is up to 18 now. So that drive, 12 plays in length. And it's culminated by a 2-yard touchdown run. On is the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. The offense for Los Angeles returns to the field. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions. And that's a good job there by the corner. And we do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
On 2nd down, Eckler. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. From the shotgun, here's Herbert. And the Raiders have got him. Chandler Jones, one of the best athletes to ever come out of Rochester, New York, in for the sack.
I think we've seen this before. Someone's down 3 scores. That situation there, it's just going to add to their growing frustration.
Yeah, bad number 3 right now. 3-score game, 3rd quarter, 3 and out, not what they wanted. And you can tell on the sideline, those faces are getting a little bit longer as this one goes. Here's J.K. Scott now as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. So a change of possession here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. Las Vegas's offense back out there ready to go. And as the offense begins another drive here, pretty simple, Charles. They want to carbon copy what happened the last time out when they ended their drive in the end zone.
You're right about that, partner. Sounds pretty simple, doesn't it? Just score again, but we know it's not that simple because we don't just make adjustments at halftime. If you're a good football team, you spend that time on the sideline, you study what's on the notes and the tablets, and you make those adjustments, prevent a repeat of the last drive. Series to series, the best teams, that's how they get it done.
And we'll find out here soon enough whether those adjustments are enough defensively. Second and 5 now. Garoppolo. That's caught left side. Myers with it. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. That one good for 13 and a Raider first down.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them. And these guys have been taking advantage so far.
On first down, Garoppolo. Pressure comes and down he goes. Khalil Mack just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7. Remember, they had the nice gain on the previous play, but they just gave a lot of it back right there on that sack.
Yeah, they get the sack, get back some real estate. Felt like the type of play that can spark a defense and swing some momentum. Almost felt like a take that type of a play, didn't it, partner?
Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a second down and 17. To throw, it's Garoppolo. He's got Renfro on the out route. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
And that was yardage that they needed there after the sack on first down. They didn't get all of it back, but now they look at third down as a manageable situation, one that they have a much better chance of picking up.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Now Garoppolo. And he's going to be hit and taken down. Back right around the 48-yard line. The former number 3 pick, Joey Bosa, bringing the lumber that time. Tell you what, he did not have much time there to scan the field before he was ducking and covering.
Did it appear to you, as it did to me, that the defensive front won their play really quickly? Meaning the guys in front of them had almost no chance to block him. They were on him in a hurry.
Las Vegas sending out their punter now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the third. It'll wind up just a 35-yard punt, no return. And the Chargers will be backed up deep to begin their drive as they take over first and 10. And the LA offense ready for this next possession. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He would love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
Herbert will give this one to Eckler. And down he'll go at the 25. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
2nd and 1 and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
On first down, Justin Herbert. He'll find Everett there, complete. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Here's Herbert. He put it on the carpet, a fumble, and the Raiders pick it up. And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line. Well, if these guys wanted to get back in this game, they needed an almost perfect second half, and down 3 scores. A lost fumble here certainly doesn't fit into that plan.
That reminds me of my plan in college to get an A on the papers I turned in, but that didn't work out too well either. Too many mistakes by both of us. I mean, that's just pure and simple. And that's why that's exactly where they are in this ball game. They're going to need a huge turnaround if they want to try and win this one.
On the handoff, this is Jacobs to the 36-yard line. Stop there.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs, and he'll be close to a first down at the Chargers 31. After a gain of 5, they'll wind up being about a length of the football short here on 3rd down. 3 quarters have come and gone. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. The offense on 3rd down tonight, as close to automatic as you can get. 9 out of 10. They're looking at 3rd in the nose of the football. And Jacobs, I don't think is going to get there. No, it appears they're going to mark him short of the first. They'll be marked inches short. No gain on the play, and that's going to lead him to 4th down. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it. Get the first down. Close it out.
Carlson able to put this one through. And that will extend their lead even further. Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This taken in at the goal line. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. Here's the Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal and they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive? A little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown, but they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, they recoup with a start here, right?
I think coach would be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield, punching the end zone without turning it over. See another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
This pass finds its way to Williams. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A first down there on a pickup of 25. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Back to throw here, Herbert. On the screen, this is Eckler. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line.
You got it. You got it.
Good yardage there on first down, because sometimes all you need to do on the screen is get one key block. That might set your man free, and that was pretty good pursuit to the ball defensively, or it could have gone for more.
They'll come up on a 2nd and 4 now from the 40-yard line. Again, Herbert. And he's got his man on the out route. And they're going to get this down to about the 37. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
And I see an extra defensive back on the field. Little surprise here on 3rd and 1. Now it's Herbert. He dumps it to Eckler underneath. And he'll be brought down at the 27. Well, those are the types of plays they probably wish they had made more of in the first 3 quarters. And this deficit going to be tough to overcome here in the 4th. But a nice first down and a pickup on that throw.
Yeah, and this is where, as coaches, you're looking for effort and execution, even though the scoreboard is going against you. You want to find out who's going to fight, who's going to scrap, who's going to keep their heads up and continue to play.
Herbert back to the air. And that's complete to the right side. It's Allen. And he's going to be brought down at about the 16. Hard to believe his first catch of the game defensively. They bottled him up. That's why they're well on their way to victory.
Put your best cover guy on him and then change the coverages behind him throughout the game. Brackets, double, zone, man, you name it. Make sure he gets a lot of angles.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. They'll run out of the gun with Eckler. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. 47 yards rushing for him now to this point.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. On 2nd down, Spiller looking for space. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out.
And this will be caught. It's Johnson for the Charger touchdown. A 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Chargers have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. So a little bit of a letdown there defensively. I mean, look, you're still 2 scores to the good, CD, but things may be a little more uncomfortable than they had hoped.
Yeah, if you kept him out of the end zone there, this game's over. You've locked the door on him. Instead, it's still open a little bit, and they've got a puncher's chance.
On is Hopkins now for the extra point. And the lead will be cut down to 14. So that drive consumes 9 plays all told. And it winds up with a touchdown for Los Angeles. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. The Raiders offense ready to go. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
Garoppolo's throw there complete to Myers. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A good pickup there, a 22.
Well, how about this aggressive approach? Got the lead, fourth quarter, continuing to throw the football. Are you thinking about Super Bowl 51? Atlanta had the lead against New England, and they ended up giving it up?
I was going to say don't say it, but you did say it.
I did, didn't I?
Yeah, anybody watching Atlanta, our apologies. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Garoppolo now. Now he's flushed out left. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
It hasn't been the cleanest game for him, but there was a sign of improvement as he looks towards the next one. Nice bit of scrambling to move the sticks, and even more importantly, he didn't risk adding another interception to his ledger.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Garoppolo. Crossing route, and he's got his man. It's Renfro. And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
Looking to throw again on second down. Garoppolo. And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line.
Here we go. 31's the mic. Let's pin the mirrors back and go.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's second down. And I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
From the 22, Garoppolo over the middle, and it's incomplete.
The coverage keyed in on him since that last completion his way. He earned a little more attention on that route, and that made it a lot tougher to get a clean throw his way.
7th play of the drive upcoming here on 3rd and 6.
I can't believe they let you play. I can't believe they even let you play.
Throwing now is Garoppolo. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
I think he could have scanned downfield forever, but there wasn't anything available. Ends up throwing an incompletion, and I think he'll take that.
Daniel Carlson set for the Raider field goal. This to make it a 3-score game late. The kick by Carlson is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So that almost certainly the final piece to this puzzle, a 3-score lead. I don't think there's any coming back from there.
But you know, normally I'd get on you for giving up on the game right here, but I do think you're right in this case. This late in the game, 2 scores is tough enough. 3, I'm with you. That seems out of the question.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And Davis content just to bring this out to the 25-yard line. L.A. set to take over again on offense. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, that's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on. One or two game plan actually work. But overall, though, they were just out-personnelled. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. Herbert now. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're in the second half. That's just his second incompletion.
Well, if he's that locked in, that means everyone's locked in because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the credit, but a lot of people making plays behind him in the field.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Herbert. It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's 3rd down.
Well, it certainly appears to me that the defensive guys are starting to look a little bit tired while he still has some fresh legs. Not the biggest gain we've seen on a scramble, but still some positive yardage on a play that initially looked like a sure win for the defense.
The Chargers on 3rd down. They've hit on half of them, 5 for 10. This is 3rd and 8. Herbert. And that incomplete, nearly intercepted. But remember, he had his hands on one earlier, had one pick. Could have been his second, but instead it's 4th down. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. The 4th down play doesn't work for the Chargers. And the Raiders with the football now in excellent field position. But at this stage of the game in the second half, down 3 scores, I guess they felt like they needed to push.
And let's face it, with this deficit, if they give up another score here after they didn't get it, does it really matter?
Right.
It really doesn't. They had to go and try and make something happen if they had any chance of winning this game.
Jacobs with a carry on 1st down as he'll get about 3 there before he's taken down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
2nd down, Jacobs once more. And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Here's Garoppolo to throw. The left side throw complete to Adams. And he is going to have the Raiders 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the 1st down. And that's what he just did.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. Here's a handoff to Jacobs. And he'll wind up losing yardage here, back at the 21-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. This offense has had a lot to like in this game. I don't know that last play, though, is going to make the highlight reel.
It's not going to make the highlight reel, but it will be the focus of the film session that the team has to sit through. I've sat through those before. Never any fun. You're always excited about your good plays, and they actually fast forward through those. All right, that was good. All right, great. They get to the bad ones and really illuminate them. Not cool.
So the 1st down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. Once again, it's Jacobs. And he's going to get this one down inside the 15. 83 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
Garoppolo looks to throw. And he is going to be taken down. They got him. As that is going to take us to the 2-minute warning. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. They've got a 4th down here in a game that looks to have been decided already. On 4th down, here's Daniel Carlson for the Raider field goal. From the left hash mark, this a 43-yard attempt. The kick by Carlson is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So he remains perfect, 3 for 3 in the field goal department.
And it's so important for any offense to have an ace like him up their sleeve, isn't it? Because now you know what his range is, and as soon as your offense gets there, you're pretty much counting on 3 points going up on the board.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. The Chargers getting set to go. But probably not much that they can do at this point, CD. Down 3 scores late in the 4th quarter. This is going to be a little too much to overcome, you would think.
Yeah, they'll go down swinging, but in the end, I think we saw the writing on the wall a while back because one team was clearly better than the other in this one. And while it didn't quite reach blowout status, I think we knew who was going to win this one well before we got to this stage.
Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and that will bring up 2nd down. Decent start to the drive, but let's face it, they need a lot of things to go right in a short amount of time, down 3 scores.
Yeah, they're going to run their 2-minute offense here in this game, but this is for future games. Can they get better and be ready for the next time, hopefully with a chance to win?
Meanwhile, Herbert's throw there complete to Allen. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. The Raiders call on a nickel set here for 3rd down. Justin Herbert looking to pass. He'll get this to Eckler. And he is going to have the Chargers 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws.
And they're going to get this up to midfield.
Get him, boy. Get him, boy.
They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry.
Watch 98. Watch 98.
From the 50, here's Herbert. High throw, but the catch is made. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. That one covers 24 yards. It's a 1st down. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
Herbert on 1st down now. And that, incomplete. Daylight in front if he could have held on, but he didn't. So instead it's 2nd down.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw, partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
2nd and 10 now from the 27. Here's Herbert. A little short pass. This is Everett, and he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. What a performance. All those points put on the board. And, Charles, it wasn't just by the offense. The defense put some points on the board as well. They were solid today.
Yeah, it was a complete effort to secure the win, and both sides of the ball made big plays. But how demoralizing is it when the opposing defense can take one all the way back against you? And that was the case here. That really sparked them to victory.
For us, for Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, find us on Twitter at EA Madden NFL. With that, we say good night, everybody.
Just win. Play hard. Try not to make mistakes. But don't worry about mistakes because there's only one thing that counts. Just win.